Well, here we are, day 2 into this daily adventure. Oh my gosh, you got stuff out on the desk. What a mess. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm not normally on here on a Tuesday, but we're trying a new thing. We're going to go every day. And so today is day 2 of the Everyday Challenge. I don't know that it's really a challenge. This doesn't seem like it's hard. I really enjoy getting on here and building stuff. And yeah, so let's. I think we should get right into it. One of the things I need to do is set my clock. So we have about 118 minutes left. Alexa, set a 118-minute timer.
1 hour and 58 minutes, starting now.
Boom. You can see the little light right here that just popped on. So that thing will count us down. Once we get inside an hour, it'll count down the minutes, and then when we get to 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern, we will be all done for today. So the thing that I'm planning on doing right now is showing you I made a little bit of progress yesterday. I found a pocket of time to work on this a little, and I want to just kind of show you where I'm at, where we got to. So let me get over to the testing tool here, and we'll do this. There we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So you can see, if we look at this, that I can now say spin the wheel, and this thing says the wheel landed on 16. You want a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 98. What would you like to do now? Now, there's a couple things wrong with this. One, the way that I built this, it's supposed to tell me about every single bet that I've made on the roulette table and whether it won or lost. I have all that logic written, but it's not producing it, so I need to look at that. And then the other thing I need to look at is that is actually not my balance. Good morning, W. Giorgio. So 98 is not actually my balance. If we go look at my balance, user, you see that my balance is 178. So I don't really know where it's coming up with that 98. Good gold tool. That's funny. So yeah, I need to figure. Good morning. Man, I had physical therapy this morning, as I do every Tuesday, Thursday for my back, and at least have for the next probably 4 or 5 weeks. Man, it's such a work. I mean, it's like going into a personal trainer. Like, they've got me doing all sorts of crazy push-ups and lifting, and everything tingles right now, and it's going to hurt later. But anyway, this is what is this shirt? So I have 3 buddies. Well, two buddies. I have a bunch of friends, but 2 friends from high school that have sons that are similar in age to my son. And so between the 3 of us, we have 4 boys that are in the 12 to 15-year-old range. And so this summer we decided to do a little D&D, as you can see here on the sleeve, right? And so we decided to create a guild. And we did a whole series of D&D campaign this summer. Not something that I've ever really spent a lot of time on. I've played D&D in the past, but not in any significant way. And so this was the name of our group, the Champions of Vengeance, Intrigue, and Destruction. And we got shirts made. It even has the year on it, so you can see that. 2 D20s on the back for 2020, the year that we did this. But if you look at the letters in this name, it actually stands for COVID, COVID. So the whole point was to kind of make fun of the fact that we were on lockdown and stuck doing things remotely. So that's where the whole name for the shirt and everything came up. But yeah, we don't fool around, man. You got to do it right. Also, it should be said that I have a buddy of mine who is in the custom apparel business. I mean, I started as a customer, but he and I have grown to be friends, and he does all of the T-shirts and materials that we do for the for my conference called Stir Trek, which is a tech conference we hold here in Columbus. And oh my gosh, ATK just dropped a subscription. My goodness, thank you. So he's been doing that stuff for quite a while, and so every once in a while I'll hit him up, and he'll he'll make shirts like these. I mean, they cost like $10, $12. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I gotta thank ATK here. Thank you. Anyway, so thank you for the subscription, ATK. I appreciate it. This is super cool to see people that want to even subscribe to the nonsense that I'm putting together here online. So, okay, let's get back into it. So I left myself some notes because I didn't finish the way I wanted. And you can see that I'm not calculating the payouts correctly, and I'm not passing the completed wagers back to the intent properly. So those are two things. What did we just do? Come on. Those are two things that I really need to focus on. And I think the first thing that I want to do is figure out why the... So let's take a look at what's happening here. So when I call the spin roulette intent, this is where I come in and I call the casino roulette play function. Play is where I actually spin the wheel and we evaluate all the bets and do all the things, right? And then I'm going to say the wheel landed on whatever the spin result was, right? 16 or whatever it was. And then we're going to say if they didn't have any bets, because I'm going to let somebody spin the wheel even if they didn't have any bets. And I'll say, you didn't have any coins on the table, however, you didn't win anything, but you also didn't lose anything, right? What would you like to do now? So they can spin the wheel even if they just for fun or whatever. That's fine. There's no cost in doing so, and if somebody wants to spin the wheel, that's great. Okay, so that's what happens if they have no bets. But if they do have a bet, then what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through the list of bets that the user has for this specific game. And then we are, for each one of them, going to say, you bet 5 on red, you bet 10 on odd. And then at the end, we're going to say, and you won however many coins, or and you lost. And then at the end, I'll say you won a total of whatever coins, you lost a total of coins, which brings your total to whatever. You've been away from the stream at your last semester at university. Well, congratulations. What are you getting a degree in, ATK? In the meantime, I'm going to figure out what's going on here. So when we look at play, this is where I come in and I do all the things. W. Giorgio, my experience with... No, and this isn't derailing. This is a good question. My experience with the text fields, and I do have JSON here in my stuff. If we go look at the wager outcome, you can see that I have a lot of JSON here. Because for roulette, I have electronic engineering. That's awesome, ATK. Do you have something lined up for when you graduate, or are you still working on that? In the meantime, the JSON that I have stored here is stored as a string, and I am not storing it as a long text. The only thing that I've been able to find, W. Giorgio, about this field, the difference between single line and long text, is that I can add line breaks, which in JSON I don't really need line breaks, so I just don't use that. The only benefit that I get from using long text ever is that here in the editor, in the Airtable interface, it will allow me, when I double click on this, it'll actually give me multiple rows of them. But where if it's single line text, it only gives me the single line, and then I kind of have to scroll through it, which can be lengthy for some of this JSON. I actually don't know if I want to save this, just because it's so incredibly long, right? I have every possible outcome of the roulette table assigned to either a win property or a lose property. And I'm doing that for every single one, but like, I don't know, maybe I just don't need to save that. I also think it's weird that this one says win 15, but 15 didn't hit. 16 is the one that hit, so that's pretty weird. So we definitely have some things going on there I'll have to take a look at. Okay. Derailed. So if we look at what's going on with my play function, the first thing that I do is check and see, do they have an open game? I don't actually know why I'm doing that. What I should do is if they don't have a game, I should create one for them. But I guess if they've never played roulette before, I guess I'm not letting them spin the wheel? I'm not sure. Anyway, we can come back to that. let's add a to-do here just as I'm thinking about it. Why don't we just start a game for them? Okay. Artrin, good morning. Thank you for lurking. I am trying to figure out what could possibly be going on with this. So let's get this stuff out of the way. This is a little too much space for that. Locked and Oz is here. My goodness, we got a good crew this morning. So what I'm doing here is I have this get wagers by game function, and this is where I pass in a specific game object, and it returns to me all of the wagers for that game from the database. So then I go through my array of wagers, and I pile them all into an array. So I guess the first thing that I really need to see is what do those wagers look like, because they're not coming out on the other end. So let's do something with this first. Let's just call this wagers, and then in here we're going to have one of these, and we're going to do wagers json.stringify. I think this will work on an array also, but wagers. Okay, so if we do that, let's come over and make sure our testing stuff is working. I gotta set these to something, right? So we'll set these all to active bets. And then let's spin the wheel, see what happens.
The wheel landed on 12. You won a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 119. What would you like to do now?
That's response builder. So you can see how much JSON there is here just in like managing the ins and out. Mr. Smoofy, good morning. Thank you for being here. Got a good crew today. Maybe this is a better time for everybody. What is all this? Goodness. Info are wagers. So it looks like I'm definitely getting my wagers. I don't know that I need all of that outcome stuff. Man. That feels like a lot of data to store for no real good reason. I need to rethink this. So let me talk through what I'm doing here. Maybe that'll help me understand what I'm doing. So I get this list of wagers. And with this list of wagers, I go through and I first evaluate the number, right? So I'm basically creating an array that looks like I guess I don't do that here, huh? Where do I do the win-lose? This is where I really struggle because I need to make a decision about what I really need versus what I really want. So let's think about this. If I want to be able to effectively make good decisions here, let's go back and look at the data. I'm confusing myself. This is why I stopped yesterday. So let's set these back to active and clear this data out because this shouldn't even be here anyway. And then spin the wheel again. Let me see what that looks like.
total to 200. What would you like to do now?
See, it also says that I lost a total of 20 coins, but if I look at this, I lost... Oh, that's also very weird. How could I lose more than the bet? Very interesting. Okay, so I've clearly got some work to do. Gold Zulu just won, but W Giorgio just can't seem to lose. One of these days he's going to lose it all, I think. All right, so I have some things broken. It's time to get serious. It's time to bring in the stool. Move this little slidey mat. Okay. Let's think for just a minute here about what we want to do. So I have this list of wagers, and I want to go back and look at that, because it shouldn't have all of that extra data that we were looking at a second ago this time. Okay. So I come in here and I look at wagers, and I have this collection of wagers. This is what I expect to see. And I have fields like position and status and amount. Now, see, they're already completed. Why would it be... Am I getting to them too late? I've only just gotten... Let's try this again. Delete those. Set these to active. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 22. You lost a total of 60 coins, which brings your total to 121. What would you like to do now?
I don't know why those values are so big. Okay. So if we're in here and we get our wagers, let's see what they look like now. They should not be marked as completed. They should most certainly be marked as active. So wagers is right here. Status active. That's what I would expect to see. Okay. So then we have our amounts. We have the game ID and the record ID and all that stuff. That's fine. So I have the records that I need there. And then if we look at spin roulette, I'm trying to get rid of some of these console log statements that are munging things up. So I think what I really want to do is in these play objects, and this is one of those things that I'm really trying to figure out the right way to build this, let's call it an API. It's not really an API, but I'm trying to build this interface so that I can handle this from all the different chatbots. So I basically have to construct an object that has all the information I need so that I can then construct speech for the appropriate platform for Twitch and for Discord and for everything else. So that's why I'm trying to construct these objects like this. So what I do once I have the wagers is I check and say, did they win? Did they win on their position? And so this is their wager position. And let's see. So I'm wagers.fields.position. Okay, so what I do here, and this is probably helpful for me to explain to myself. Did they match a number? No, that's not really what I mean there. Was their position a number? If not, This is in the wrong place. If that doesn't equal anything, then we try to check string values, which is like, did he just crash 1 billion? Oh, that's 1 million. I'm sorry, 1 million. It's 4,789,000, right? That's what I'm seeing. I'm supposed to put some commas in there, but I haven't worked on that code in a while. Okay, so wager position is either a number or it's a string, and so this is me identifying what their wager position was. Then, if the evaluation that comes back, if the win property of that includes their wager position, then they won. And if it doesn't include their wager position, which I actually want to be more explicit about this, else if evaluation dot lose dot includes wager position, then they lost. So what I really need to think about here is, why am I taking the entire evaluation and saving that as the outcome? I don't think I really need that. I'm using that information to make a decision. So, man, this is tricky. Okay, so we have fields.outcome. This is where I'm actually deciding what the values I'm going to store in the database are. And so if I look at my table, I have this outcome table. This is where I would normally put, like, what were the winning and losing cases, but I don't think I really care about that. All I really care about is the result. So we're just going to lose the outcome part of this. And I don't even have that for the loss, so that's fine. But then I need winnings. That's going to be the amount that they wagered times the odds of the position they just matched. And this is where things seem to be falling apart. So I have amount times odds. What could be wrong with that? Well, let's go look at the evaluator and see what's coming back and why. So this is where I have my win property and my lose property of this object. And I'm going through and saying if red was the winner, then black was the loser. Right, I'm being very explicit about how things won and lost. So why is it that I'm getting these weird numbers? Like, I bet 10, and somehow I'm ending up with minus 30. Wow, rich get richer, man. W. Giorgio just has something going on. He's given away $600,000. And he's won most of his money in slots. He's won $6 million in slots. That's amazing. Maybe I need to tweak up my odds in slots. Make them worse. Okay, so they would only end up negative if I lost. What is really happening here? if they lost, const payout, which let payout starts at 0. If they win, I add to it. If they lose, I subtract from it. Wagers.fields.amount. I don't understand that. I think we're going to try and get in a little deeper here on this. So we don't need the wagers anymore. Let's come down here and take a look at what's happening in the lose column. So we're going to just write a few things out. And we'll call this wager amount. And this will be wagers dot fields dot amount. We'll do one here for payout. Payout. So that should at least give me some visibility into what's going on there, because this feels a little bit broken. Okay, so we got to set our bets back. And spin the wheel.
Jeff, there was an error.
There was an error?
What should we do now?
What? I wasn't expecting errors. Fields is not defined. Roulette play line 31. Did I get rid of a... I got rid of an object at some point. Oh man. Okay. Let's take a trip back and figure out where that went. There it is. I don't know why I got rid of that, but... Okay, so that's there now. Those have not been modified, so we can just spin the wheel again.
The wheel landed on 2. You lost a total of 60 coins,
On
which brings your
2.
total to 63. What would you like to do now?
Oh, I see. I see, I'm just using the wrong value. So I found my mistake, everybody. That's the good news. I have this aggregate value called payout. This manages the balance for every bet so that I don't have to, so I'm basically adding them up as I go to say like, oh, you lost 30, you won 20, you lost 40, you won 100, and then I'll say, oh, that nets out to 60 or whatever, you won 60. But this payout value is that aggregate value, and then I was using it here to set the value. So that's why they continue to go up here, I think. So let's take this and make this like that, and see if that doesn't solve our problem. I think that is the issue that I've been facing. That should fix my betting payouts, because I was just using the wrong number. Okay, we gotta set these to active. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 21. You won a total of 60 coins, which brings your total to 4. What would you like to do now?
Okay, this time, why didn't we write anything? Did they all win? They all won. Okay, so why isn't this one 20? Alexa, what color is 21 on a roulette wheel?
I don't know that one.
Cool, thank you. Let's see what my code says. Position. No. Color. 21 is red. So if I look at my bets, I had red, red, odd, red, red. They all won. Why isn't that 20? Okay, we're getting there. I just happened to win on all my bets. Need to diversify my bets a little bit. Let's do that too. So let's make this a black. And we'll make this a even. Make this a high. Just so that we have some diversity in our wagers. Those are all back to active. Now let's take a look at what's happening here. This is winnings. Winnings should be the odds of your win times the amount that you bet. So winnings. Okay, so let's bring this into the win condition too, because this is weird. So the wager amount here is going to be my amount, and then this actually should be oh, I need to use a double? Yeah, he's about to break things. He's already at 9 million. Goodness. Okay, so and then we want to do one of these for winnings too, because that's really what I care to see. Is what are these winnings? And why are they weird? And so this needs to be just winnings. All right, well, let's go back to the drawing board. So these are all active, all the data's been removed. We should be able to spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 5. You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 65. What would you like to do now?
I don't understand that one. That should be a winner. Let's see what our wager position is too. All right, Gold Zulu, thank you, man. Let's do wager position. And this one will be wager, no, JSON.stringify, wager position. Okay. Now I'll be able to see their wager position, then their wager amount, and then let's just change this to payout so it's consistent. It really feels like there's something wonky in the math, but I'm sure that I have screwed something up here. Back to the data. Clear these out. Set these to active. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 22. You lost a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 66. What would you like to do now?
I don't get it. Nope, I do get it. Scope is your enemy. That should fix it. Sure, that'll fix it. I think it's a scope issue. I think that's where I am running into troubles. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 18.
There we go.
You lost a total
See, I'm
of
looking for some
24,
diversity
which
here,
brings
and
your
now
total
we've
to
got
47.
diversity.
What would you like to do now?
So 18 must be red. Can we confirm that if we go to color? 18 is red. 18 is not black then. 18 is even, it's not odd. And it's not high. Okay, so this looks right now. Now my wagers here are correct. I need to set these to even balances. So let's make this 200. And then, yeah, my available balance should be 100. And so then if I come into my wager table, and I set these back to active, which I would never do in the normal course of software, then my available balance is 40 because I have all these wagers locked up. So when I run this, we should not only see these numbers show here, but if I total these up, that's how much should have been removed from my account. So let's try one more time. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 3. You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 41. What would you like to do now?
Brings my total to 41. What are you talking about? My available balance is 101, which is exactly what I would expect. I talked to Alexa, so I got 1 coin for that, and my wagers were a wash. So I should have just 1 more coin, which is exactly what's reflected here. Why does it think that my balance is wrong? So let's take a look at that piece. So I think we're good on the wagering parts now. What I need to do is look at this update balance and see what's happening here. So I have a user and I have a payout. And the payout is the value that is the sum of everything I've got, which seems to be working because that was 0. So let's take a look at update balance just to see if I look at update balance. I actually write those things out too. Let's take a look at what I actually wrote out. Balance, updated balance. Wonderful. So why do you think my balance is 41? Let's take a look at what happens out here when I say you want a total of, which brings your total to result.user.fields.available balance. Why does it think that's 41? Let's do this one more time where we're looking at it from that side, because I don't know how I could even come up with that number. That's so weird. Set these to active. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 6. You lost a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 42. What would you like to do
Now when I come in here and I look at my result, oof, there's a lot there. But if I look at the user stuff, available balance 42. Why does it think that? Current wagers 160. I wonder if I'm too fast for Airtable. I wonder if that's the issue. Because that time I lost 20 coins, And this all looks great. Oh, no, that's not it at all. I was using the wrong user object. Are you parsinting the info from the database? W. Giorgio, I am sometimes. There are times where I run into that, but generally if I'm pulling a number out of the database, it's generally fine. But I do find this is just a safety thing for me because I feel like there are times where it has not brought me back a number, even though it's a number field. So yeah, I do parsint quite often on those values. Okay, so now I think we've nailed it. If we go to wager, clear these out, set these back to active, and come into user. Let's set this to a nice round number. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've had to parse it quite often, so I just tend to do it now. Okay, so I have a balance of 200, current wagers of this, so this is 40, but I'm going to spend these bets. They're going to happen. So if I do that...
The wheel landed on 17. You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 41. What would you like to do now?
This feels like it might just be too fast. I'm not really sure. Let's take a look. Updated user. I just don't understand. Okay, so, I mean, I suppose it's possible that maybe Airtable just has a hard time updating this fast, but that seems broken to me if that's actually the case. So we'll see what value I'm actually getting back here and see what we get.
The wheel landed on 35. You won a total of 30 coins, which brings your total to 71.
I mean, the balance stuff is working
now.
But 71, yeah, it still thinks. If I come down here and I take a look at the user that I'm bringing back, updated user, available balance 71. This is a calculated lookup field. Well, let me check one more thing here, just to make sure. So I call this data update balance. What do I actually pass back? Yeah, see, I get the record itself back again. So I guess I could lie. I mean, the data will eventually update properly. So instead of... Man, that's so bizarre. They're going for eventual consistency here, but it's not soon enough for me. Oh, I wonder if it's this. It's this. I'm doing these in the wrong order. I think I couldn't believe that that would be too slow. But if I update the wagers, I think just switching the order of those will solve my problem. Yeah, I think that will do it. Okay, so let's try one more time and confirm this. I think I'm right on this one. And then we have all of the things that we want. And slots is working, if that's the case. So this comes to 200, that comes to 160. Available balance should be 40. And now when I spin the wheel, it should tell me my balance is the right balance.
The wheel landed on 31. You won a total of 30 coins, which brings your total to 131. What would you like to do now?
So order of operations was my problem here. Not order of operations, that's math, but the order of my operations was the problem. What I was doing was updating their balance, and then I was going through and marking all of the wagers as completed. The problem with doing it in that order is that when I called in here to update their balance, all of these calculations that are done based on whether or not these bets are marked as completed or not. Because once a bet is marked as completed, it no longer counts it towards your total. And so because of that, they were all still marked as active at that instant, which meant it was still deducting these 60 coins from my balance. But once they're marked as completed, that gets released. And so when they made their wager, right, when they made their wager, they had 40 coins. But not only did they win coins, they won, I guess they would have won 30 coins. They also got back the 60 that they had wagered, because all of those come off the table. So if we look at their wager table, we can see that they got minus 10 and minus 10 is minus 20, and then 20, 20, and 10 is 50. So 50 minus 20 is 30. Those are the 30 that they won. So it looks like everything is working here now. There's still a weird behavior, though, that I'm not getting, which is on this spin roulette intent, I'm still trying to spill out all of the bets, and it's because I'm not doing the right thing. I want... How do I want to do this? I have this thing called update array that has all of the wagers with their payout information. And I think I just found part of it. So this piece right here is in the wrong place using the wrong... No, this is actually right. Const wager. This is the record ID, and then the fields I want are this thing. So I need to... What am I even doing with these? I don't think I even need these. Why did I create these? So I have this wager, and it has fields that I've added the payout, I've added the... well, I thought I had the outcome in there, but I've gotten rid of that. And then I'm putting all of those, that update array, in something called outcome. So it does seem like this data should be passed back, right? I should have all of those records here in this update array. Because this is the thing that I use to update all the records in the database. So I'm basically passing back modified versions of all the objects they gave me from the database, marked up with the new data, and then just passing them back as updated records. So this all feels right now. I have fields. This is where I put the result. This is where I put their status. That's how it gets marked as completed. And that's where this result comes in here. We're adding the payout here. That's what fields.payout is. I probably don't need all these anymore, at least for right now. This stuff seems to be working now. And then I create, at the very end, I create this wager object. And this wager object contains the ID of the wager that I'm working on, and then the fields, which are the fields that I've just created. So all of that seems great, and then I'm pushing those onto the array. It doesn't matter the order that they're in. I just need to push them all as an update. They are getting updated, so they clearly exist. But then when I pass this back, outcome, maybe it's just, I'm checking result.outcome.length. But it's not 0, because it's not saying this. That's the problem. Length. That's it. That was the issue. Man. So simple. All you got to do is walk through your code, and eventually you find the answers. They're all there. And this is one of those things that I say over and over again. Computers do exactly what you tell them to do, whether or not that's actually what you wanted them to do. It's annoying. Why can't they just know what I want? Without me having to tell them everything. Okay, now if we spin the wheel, we should get more text.
The wheel landed on 34. You bet undefined on undefined and 110 coins. You bet undefined on undefined and 120 coins. You bet undefined on undefined and 110 coins.
James at Jammin' It is now following. What? Thank you, James. I don't know if you've been watching the chat room, but we have a pretty active casino that's going on inside the chat room. And if you'd like to join in, all you need to do is, well, you can just by posting a message, you earn yourself 100 coins. And then every message you post beyond that, you earn one more. And so if I jump over here to the chat, you can do cool things like balance. And it'll tell me what my balance is. So I have 11,000, but if you check yours, you'll have a different amount. You can also do things like poker 5, and you can play a hand of video poker. In this case, oh, I won 10. I got 2 pair, 5s and jacks. So you'll see other people playing, but there's slots, there's poker, and there's roulette. And we're in the process of rebuilding this software that's running here in the chat. So that it'll run on Alexa, and then I'll re-implement it to apply here to what's going on Twitch, but also on our Discord channel. There's a Discord channel, by the way, if you check a little bit lower in the About page of my channel here. We have a Discord where people talk about Alexa and development and Funko Pops and whatever else all the time, so feel free to join us there. Lots and lots of stuff going on, but thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Also, tomorrow morning, just so you know, we're going to be doing an entire episode with me dressed as an X-Wing pilot, because reasons. A while back, we decided that if I got to 500 followers, that we would, that I'd wear an X-Wing helmet and a uniform, and it's a good time. So that's what's happening tomorrow, X-Wing Day. We'll continue working on the same software, but it's kind of cool to do it in costume, so we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, so we didn't get exactly what we want. You bet undefined on undefined and won 10 coins. So we're close. You bet result.outcome clearly I need to look at what result.outcome looks like. So let's take a look. 500,000 W Giorgio. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of fake dollars. So let's just take this whole object, because I really want to take a look at what's going on in here. Those are my wager positions. That's great. Balance. Update array. This is the thing that I want. Starting. Ooh. Is that what I expected? Let's see. Change that to some JSON. Give it a little word wrap. Okay. So, oh, this is my update array. So I have the ID, and I have the fields, and I have the ID. So it's an object. It's an array of objects. I think that's how I'm treating it here, right? I have result.outcome. And then it's outcome is an array, so that I'm saying, hey, I want to be in the right array slot, but we're going through each one. And then each item, we don't need any of this. This is all extra. This is all I'm looking at. I have the fields result, status, and payout. It certainly looks right to me. W. Georgia just lost 1 million coins. 1,022,000. And then he won them back. Why am I not getting these references? I have the array. I have everything separated by commas. I'm iterating through result.outcome based on its length. And I had 5 bets, and I went through ubet, 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 and ubet. So I'm going through each of the individual bets. You want a total of 10 coins, which brings your total to 142. What would you like to do now? I love all of that. I just don't love that it's not finding result.outcome array. That's an array. I can see it right here. Am I doing some kind of weird toString or something to this that I don't realize? Outcome is an array. Update array is an array. That means outcome should be an array, which means that when I come in here and I say result.outcome.length, I'm getting 5. So result.outcome I should do the same thing. What am I doing wrong here? W. Georgia, don't do anything crazy. Oh man, this could be bad. Is he gonna bet at all? Or is he gonna bet half? Good luck to you, sir. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Just lost 6 million coins in a matter of 2 hands of poker. Oof. Ouch. Today was the day. Today was the day he lost it all. And yet he's still in the lead. I think if we look at the leaderboard, I think he's still at the lead. Where did it go? Well, I don't know why that leaderboard didn't work for me. Oh, W. Giorgio. Second place. It's been a while since that's happened. Okay. I'm getting derailed. There you go. Back in the game. Why? Why? I'm clearly looping through them, but I'm also clearly not making a good reference to the item. Texas 2010. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name before, but welcome to the show. Time to get your gamble on. You can play poker, slots, or roulette, as you'll see others doing. Ooh, lost 50 right out of the gate. It's tough, but you got it. You can do it. I have faith. You'll also find that people will just give you money sometimes. In fact, I'll do that. Let's give Texas 2010 some money. Give Texas 2010 1,000. There you go. Now you got some money to play with, Texas. And welcome to the show. We are here now every day 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you like this, if you're having some fun, please drop a follow. You get a little animation here on the screen with your name, but also you'll get a reminder that we're going online every day. So result outcome length is fine, but result outcome is not. Let's just do one of these in here. Result outcome. Result dot outcome. And then I actually want to slap that inside a JSON stringify so I can see it. Okay. Let's go back and tweak up some data. So I don't understand exactly why we're not iterating through these. We're definitely getting them, but it's having some challenges.
The wheel landed on 6. You bet undefined on undefined and won 10 coins. You bet undefined on undefined and lost. You bet undefined on undefined and lost. You bet undefined on undefined and lost. You bet undefined on undefined and won 10 coins. You lost a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 123. What would you like to do now?
Oh, guys, I'm just dumb. My apologies. Result outcome. No, I have them all capitalized. I was thinking maybe I had forgotten to capitalize. So this does appear to be working. I'm just not able to access those properties for some reason. Fields.amount is not a thing, and fields.position is not a thing, because I haven't added them to those objects. Okay, so it's just that I need amount and position. I have payout. If the payout Does it say and lost every time? And won 10 coins. So that part is working. Okay, so it's just that I don't have amount and position in that array. We can fix that. So up here where we define fields, we should be able to say amount. And this is just going to be the wager itself. So this should be wagers I dot fields dot amount and position wagers I dot fields dot position. And by doing that, that should now give us the ability. That should give us the ability to make this all work. So let's give that another run and see if it actually says the things that we want it to say now. So make our bets back to active. Run our wheel. Come on, work.
The wheel landed on 20.
Oh yeah, do you hear that?
You bet 10 on even and lost. You bet 10 on high and lost. You bet 10 on red and won 10 coins. You bet 20 on odd and won 20 coins. You bet 10 on black and lost. You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 124. What would you like to do now?
I need to add another statement to that, but I think we're done with slots. I think we're as good as we're going to get. I want to add one little thing in here that says, this brings your total to, I've removed your bets from the table. I've removed all coins from the table. What would you like to do now? Right? So I just want them to know, like, hey, you don't have any current bets right now. So what I should be able to do is say, like, bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next? You can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 4. You bet 10 on even and won 10 coins.
What?
You bet 10 on red and lost. You bet 10 on high and lost. You bet 10 on red and lost.
Interesting. I'm not
you bet
checking for
20 on
completed.
odd and lost.
Let's stop.
You
Okay, so there's one more thing I need to do here, which is in the play, when I get their wagers, get wagers by game. This should already be doing this, but let's check. It is, in fact, not doing it. Wow. Okay. So I only want active wagers. I thought I had a file that was doing this already, so I'm trying to find. Get wagers by game. Texas 2010 has got it figured out. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for playing in the casino. Glad you're here. Resolve bets. Is this the one? No. Get wagers by game is the thing that I'm calling. Get. Ooh, that's a big loss. Was I doing something over here that was different? Cashier. Get all bets. That's not the one. This is what I want, though. This is the thing that I need. Okay, so if we take that and we come back over here, the thing that I really need is status is active. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's try this one more time. It should only bring back the bets that are active, which in this case is just this one. It should not bring back those other 5. So let's do that. Spin the wheel.
To 107. I've removed all coins from the table. What would you like to do now?
I don't like that language. Let's try that a little bit differently. We're going to say, I've returned all of your coins. I've returned all of your coins from the table. There you go, Texas 2010. Texas 2010, do I know you, or did we just happen to find you? Or did you find us? I'm glad you're here, man. It's good to see some people having some fun in the casino. I'm always curious how people find our channel, though. It's always good to see new folks. Okay, so I think we're good on the roulette. I'm going to give it one more run with all of the bets. So we'll take all of these and delete them, and take all of these like so and set them to active. Let's change this one to like 23. We won't hit 23, but it'll be interesting to try. And then let's spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 18. You bet 10 on even and won 10 coins. You bet 10 on 23 and lost. You bet 10 on high and lost. You bet 10 on red and won 10 coins. You bet 20 on odd and lost. You bet 10 on black and lost. You lost a total of 30 coins, which brings your total to 78. I've returned all of your coins from the table. What would you like to do now?
So then here, if I go to user, it should say 78 available balance. Boom. Okay, so guys, the roulette for Alexa, I think it's built. I don't think that we're going to run into any other issues here where we're not accommodating the ability. Like we're now in a situation where we can create multiple bets as frequently as we'd like, and then when we spin the wheel, all of those bets are paid out and washed away. There is something that I would like to do. We should add this to our master to-do list. And that is for roulette. I may already have it in here. We haven't built a way to spin the wheel yet. Yes, we have. We need to give the user a way to hear all of their current wagers. Oh, we haven't done that. How can the user create a set of standard bets? So this is something that I think we'll have to figure out at some point, which is, this is like V1.5 kind of features. Right now, a user just has to say, like, bet 10 on red, bet 10 on 23, whatever. But if they have a standard set of bets, it might be cool for them to be able to be like, save this set, right? So the way they get the table set up, they could just say, like, save this set, and then we'll save it off someplace, and it'll be the standard bets that they make, and then they can be like, make my standard bets, and boom, it'll just go, add it to the database, and they'll have all of their bets out at once without having to do it over and over. The other thing that we don't have is the ability for you to remove a bet, which I think is okay, and we'll have to figure that out at some point, but it's okay that it's not there now. So we really need to think about this one. I'm not going to do this today. It's already 10:15. But we do need to let the user hear what all of their bets are. The other thing that I was going to do today was work on letting the user hear their balance, just checking in on their balance. That's something that I think we built an intent for. If we look at this, I think I have a balance intent. What is my coin total? What is, like, this is all pretty simple, and all I need to do is go get the user's balance. So I was going to do that this morning also. And then I think we have the mechanisms in place now for us to be able to finish up slots. Well, slots is mostly finished now anyway, from a functionality standpoint, right? There's more features we want, but capabilities-wise, it's done. And then this opens the door for us to do things like craps now, because craps has a very similar flow and function to roulette, right? I can put chips on the table at any time, but with craps, my bets don't go away. There's actually 2 modes to the game, and there's a lot of complexity that gets into that, but the same idea holds true. There's times where I'm making bets, and there's times where I'm rolling the dice, and when I roll the dice, money can't come off the table because a lot of bets last for multiple rounds, and so we wouldn't want the money to just come off the table. So we'll have to think about craps. Craps is a ways off yet. We've got a little work to do before we get there. The other thing that I'm trying to figure out, and we haven't really talked about this lately, is this poker hold intent. This is something we talked about briefly yesterday, but I haven't found a good solution for yet. Basically, if somebody says something like, so this is video poker, right? So they're dealt 5 cards, and they want to keep number 1 and number 3. I want them to be able to say, keep 1 and 3, or keep the first and third, or something along those lines. And when I do that, I should be able to get those numbers. But what I'm finding is that when I use these things, I'm in my slots, I have what's called multi-value slots, so it allows the user to say multiple things. This is a new feature that was just released in mid-July. It should be able to capture both of those values and return them to me as an array or some other kind of option. And I'm not getting that. What I'm getting instead is, if they say 1 and the 3, it's returning me the number 13, which isn't really what I wanted at all. So I haven't, until I can figure that part out, and ultimately I could just parse that number, that'd be fine. I'm just trying not to do that because I feel like there should be a better solution. So I'm talking with some folks internally about what the right way to solve this problem is. But until I do that, I can't finish poker. And then slots has been working, I think. So if I come in here and I say bet 5 on slots, I have enough sound effects.
You got grapes, orange, grapes. That is not a winning spin. You lost 5 coins. What do you want to play next?
Cool. So right now we have an Alexa skill that has slots and roulette. Poker is very close. We're to the point now where you can bet, you can receive cards, but you can't hold the cards because that's where I'm running into an issue. So we need to solve that problem. But then I think once we've solved that problem, we'll have all 3 of the main core games that you guys are playing here in the chatbot constructed in an easily consumable way that I can use over and over. So what I need to do now is some of this other extra stuff, like what is my balance, or how many chips do I have on the table, or why do I have $300 in bets? What are all those bets for? And then we also had, if we come back here and look at the old one, we also had rock, paper, scissors, right? So we could let you bet against rock, paper, scissors, I guess. It's a 50-50 bet. You could, is that the only other game I had? I had craps built. So I guess maybe that's it. Oh, and blackjack is another one that we'll have to think about. So we'll continue to head down this path. Maybe I add those to my to-do list. So I only have poker, slots, roulette. We could add craps to this. Have not even started this. Blackjack. Have not even started. Okay. So at least we have them in our list. W. Giorgio, I'm so sad about your New Balance. You were close to 10 million, and now you're here at 400,000. It's sad to see the mighty fall, but that's how it goes sometimes. Kevin Evans, if he were to be here, he would be very excited to see that that's going on. Mr. Survival Expert, I just saw your little wave in there. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's do the balance intent. I think that's a pretty easy thing to do. We can knock that out here pretty quickly. So let's start at the beginning of our Alexa skill, which looks like this. And I have all of these intents. I have the balance intent handler. And I have the balance intent fungo. How much did I build of this already? Balance intent. Your current balance is not in my currently in my programming. Cool, because I never built it. Okay, so in here, do I already know your current balance? I probably do. I don't know why I didn't just do this. You currently have session attributes .user .fields .available balance coins available. What would you like to do next? Is it that easy? Did I just... Oh, I didn't even need to add that question. Okay, is it... Could it be that easy? Could I be done? Could the balance intent already be built? Let's see. What is my balance?
You currently have 75 coins available. What do you want to play next?
Yes, I do, but I also need to tell them that you have like all of these other wagers. So I could tell them what their current wagers are too. If session attributes .user .fields .current wagers is greater than 0, then speak output needs more speak. Speak output needs you also have boy, it would be nice to be able to tell them where their bets are, right? You have this many bets on roulette and this many bets on slots, or not slots, but roulette or craps or whatever. You also have, well, we'll just do this for now. You also have, guys, I feel really good about today. We've made some good progress. You also have current wagers, coins, wagered in some of our table games. Okay, so I need to leave myself a note here. We should let them know how many bets they have in each game, not overall. Okay. Let's do that. What is my balance?
You currently have 76 coins available. You also have 100 coins wagered in some of our table games. What do you want to play next?
You also have 100 coins wagered in some of our table games. What do you want to play next? Beautiful. Okay, so now we have a skill that will do, it'll manage my balance, so I can check in on that anytime. I can play a game of slots. I can pull the handle, right? I can put as many bets as I want on the table for roulette, and I can spin the wheel, and I get paid out for my bets appropriately. All of that feels really good. So I guess we should have a what are my bets intent. That feels right to me. Bet summary intent, we'll call it. Because I think it'll just be overall. Like if you have bets on roulette and craps and blackjack, or even poker, I'll just tell you about all of them. So let's create a new intent that we'll just call it bet summary intent. And this will be all of the bets that you currently have outstanding. Bet summary intent. Okay. What are my current bets? What are my bets? Where are my bets? Wow, a straight. Nice job, Texas 2010. Nice job. Straight. That doesn't happen too often. You may be noticing that the math seems off, Texas 2010. You're actually getting 1 coin every time that you post a message. So just something to keep in mind. Texas 2010 with the follow. Thank you so much. That is wonderful. Welcome to the crew. I'm glad you're here. I asked you earlier, I didn't see the message, but I asked you earlier if we know each other or how you found this channel. I'm always curious how people stumble onto the nonsense that is what's going on here. Where are my bets? What are my wagers? Mr. Survival Expert, you do not get coins just by lurking. You have to post in the chat. That's how you earn the monies. Texas 2010 says yes to a question that had 2 answers. All right. Well, maybe we know each other? Maybe you don't want to out yourself to the whole crew here, but I'm definitely curious who you are. But I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we have our intent. We can always make the model better, but let's at least build this out to get the bet summary intent. And then in the meantime, while that's happening, we will need, in our index here, no, not this one. I need this index. Bet summary intent. So we're just going to take this, copy, and this will become bet summary intent handler. Okay, and then this is going to be bet summary intent. If I could intent. Okay. And then this needs to become a handler for that, which is going to be the bet summary. So Texas 2010, some of the things that we've been talking about is giving people the ability to spend those coins to have things happen here on the channel. So this chatbot and several others that I built gave you the ability to, like, this lamp that's here behind me. There is a chatbot. It's not currently running right now, but it will give you the ability to execute a command that will let you change the color of this light. I'm gonna be modifying this channel here over the next few weeks, and I'm gonna give you the ability to spend your coins to be able to do things here on the channel. So in addition to the bragging rights, as Mr. Survival Expert points out, we will also be giving you ways to basically spend them to interact with the channel. So lots and lots of things to come, but only so much time to build. So bet summary intent is there. So now that I have handlers, I need a new. Is this a good boring one? No, it's too boring. Let's go with the Launch request. That's not boring anymore either. Where's a boring one? That's pretty boring. Okay. So we'll save this as, and this is going to be bet summary intent. And then this needs to become bet summary intent. No. Yeah? Yeah. And then this needs to become this down here. And then we'll just take this piece out because we don't need it. Don't really need any of that. There you go, Texas 2010. Got to see the leaderboard. There's always folks trying to climb. And W. Giorgio sacrificed his position to Gold Zulu there a little earlier, but he has climbed his way back up. Yeah, you just got to put the effort in, man. You gotta grind, right? So I don't need any of this. I don't need. Yes, that is true, Mr. Survival Expert. You are correct in thinking that. But you're only winning on the odds of 1. So if you hit something big on the slot machine, instead of winning 1, you'll win, or instead of winning thousands like some people are, you'll win 10 or something like that. I think the highest payout is 100. But yeah, you could bet 1 every time because you're also earning 1. Shots 1. Man, could you imagine if on the stream I just had shots and you guys could execute those as commands? Whew, we'd be 6 minutes in and I'd be dead. Okay, so I have this bet summary intent. I also need to add this to my index. So let's copy this. Bet summary intent. I need this index file. That looks beautiful. We'll add one right here. Bet summary intent. So that should at least we should be able to route our stuff now to the bet summary intent. And then in here, all I really need to do is make a call to the casino. So let's take a look at what we have available in the casino. I have get wagers by game, but I'm probably going to need a get all wagers. So let's take a look at this. Save as. And this is going to become get wagers by user. I think we'll be able to do that. Let's take a look at our data real quick. So if I look at wagers, do I have the user ID? I do. Okay. So I can make this work pretty easily then. So that I can just get all of their active bets based on user ID. So that'll work pretty well. So active is still true because I only care about bets that are open, but I don't care about game ID at all. So that's going to go away. So this is get me all of the bets. Now I need a different thing. I need, instead of game ID, I need user ID. I think that's what I called it, user ID, yeah. And instead of calling game, I'm going to call user, and then this becomes user.fields.record ID. And so I think the rest of that will just work. This needs to become get wagers by user. Get wagers by user, and then we'll have to add that to our index. So it's being exported, so let's do that now. Get wagers by game. So we'll take that and get wagers by user. And here. And here. Get wagers Okay, so I think we have all the rigging there, and I think that this get wagers by user was actually pretty simple. I'm just swapping out that I want all the wagers that are active for a specific user. I think that might just work. So then we have to come back here to our bet summary intent. And this knows about the chatsino, so we should be able to say const result equals await chatsino dot data dot get wagers by user. And in there I'm going to pass in my user, which happens to be session attributes dot user, like so. So that should get me my available wagers, and then we're just going to do if result, if it exists, if there are things, for let I equals 0, I is less than result dot length I plus plus, and then in here we can say else speak output. Yeah, the Mr. Survival Expert, I think the reason the odds seem so good is because I'm rewarding you for any pair. But it probably should be jacks or better. But I'm being loose with it only because the game that you're playing here in the chat on Twitch doesn't give you the ability to like save cards and trade them back in. So I've been a little fudgy on the odds, but those will get corrected when I roll this version out to everybody. Because what I'll do is once this Alexa skill's done and published, I'll use the exact same code for the Twitch chat. And so it's the exact same functionality, code, everything. I'm just building a new wrapper for Twitch. And then I'll do the same thing for the Discord. I'll do the same thing for Slack. I think there's a number of places that this could run pretty well. And then the last thing that I need to build is the capability for you as a subscriber to my channel to have the Twitch bot run on your channel. So that'll be a benefit of being a subscriber, is that you will be able to have the bot running on your channel. It'll be the same user, the same balance, so that you've seen that with a few of my colleagues. Your balance is the same no matter whose channel you're on. So lots and lots to come. We've got plenty more to do, but that's where we're at for now. So speak output needs to be you don't currently have any coins wagered on any games. So that is done. Now we need to go through the loop, and we should do result.length here, I guess. Is greater than 0. So if we have more than one, then what we're going to do is say, and I probably need a speak output up here. All right, so now that I've done that, we should be able to say speak output plus equals should I be explicit with this? Should I just say you have... No, this should be the whole thing. I'll start with a total. I'll have to start with a total. So we'll have to sum up all the bets. No, I already know all your bets. So I can start here. You currently have, and this is where I can just give you that current wagers property of the user. You currently have session attributes.user fields. No, not a G. An F. Fields dot current wagers. Coins in play. So I'll start that way. You currently have 100 coins in play. Oh my gosh, W. Georgia. We need to take a screenshot of that. That's amazing. You lost 5 in a row. If it's more than 3 or 4 active bets, then you'd prefer a summary. But how? Okay, so Mr. Survival Expert, I'm with you on that. But what if you're playing roulette and you want to know all the bets you have on the table? How do you know? How would I let you know that you have like 10 on red and 50 on 16? I feel like I need to give you that kind of information. Or are you saying that maybe you think that's a different intent? There's like a bet summary and there's a bet specific. And how does the user decide which one they want? What do they say to differentiate between those two? I don't know the answer to that. Well, for now, I'm going to spell them all out. I don't expect people to have a ton of wagers hanging around. If you made a bunch of bets, you probably also spun the roulette wheel, and then they're all gone. So I think that's probably okay. So speak output here is, we'll just say you have, and this will be result. Fields dot amount. This is going to be result. I'm not loving where I'm at here, Mr. Survival Expert. Result I dot fields. There's a game type. It's called game type. That's perfect. Game type. So this will say you have 100 coins bet on poker, but I'm not summarizing or like adding them together. So if you can only have one poker bet at a time, but you could have so many roulette bets, and so I don't want to just say, "Oh, Mr. Survival Expert." No one is. I think I'm totally with you on that. But then I have to like summarize their data, which I don't currently do effectively. So I'd have to do the math like right here, which I think is okay. Let's think about this. You have 100 coins bet on poker. If I say you have 100 coins bet on roulette, man. I don't know the right answer here. I mean, this will work for my specific case right now. If I just say, what are my bets?
You just triggered bet summary intent. What should we do now?
I didn't I didn't add it to the beginning of the skill. I have bet summary intent handler here, but I didn't add it to the registry, so it doesn't know it's there. Bet. Let's go like here. Let's try that again. What are my bets?
You currently have 100 coins in play. You have 100 coins bet on video poker. What do you want to play next?
Okay, that sounds pretty good. W. Giorgio, you've got it, man. So if I set these back to active, whoops. We'll clear these out. Texas, I believe I gave you some money too, but yeah, every once in a while somebody needs a little help. The thing that, Texas, you may not know because you are relatively new here, is that none of these balances really matter. We will be resetting everybody's balances once we swap out the new chatbot. So, and the new chatbot will be the one that has like spending and all that kind of stuff built into it. So for now, this is just the one we've been running for a couple of months, and ultimately, I think everybody knows the balances don't really matter. Although W. Giorgio, when he had 9 million, probably would have been interested in carrying that over. So for now, it's just cool to play the games and test them out and make sure the logic all works. But we will be swapping it out for something else later. Okay, let's try that again. What are my bets? This is going to be loud and annoying.
You currently have 170 coins in play. You have 10 coins bet on roulette. You have 10 coins bet on roulette. You have 100.
So let's go back to where we were, which is the bet summary intent. Let's put a space right here to get rid of that dot. Nice job, Texas 2010. Okay, so you have those coins bet on the game. But I really need to know what your game type is before I can decide. So I think we're going to have to do a switch statement on the game type. Case video poker. And this will look like this. And then we can do case roulette. This one should be, you have the amount bet on red, bet on, and this needs to be your position. So this should be result i.fields.position. In roulette. Alright, does that sound any better? What are my bets? This is going to bother Mr. Survival Expert, but that's okay.
You currently have 170 coins in play. What do you want to play next?
Or I broke everything. So what are my values in the database? Because it certainly looks like game type is video poker. Can I just copy that and bring it over? That one looks like roulette too. Why would it not be hitting a case? Or did it say you don't have any? Yeah, you currently have 170 coins in play, and if I look at this, I do. I have 170. So, why? It's called game type, not game ID. And that comes from here, where I have a game type ID. Why am I not able to grab that value? We just said it a second ago, right? If I look at this, we were saying poker and stuff before. You have 20 coins bet on roulette, so I'm able to say the thing. Why am I not able to match the thing? Is there a... space maybe that's a problem? What are my bets?
Jeff, there was an error. What should we do now? Jeff, there was an error. What should we do now?
Okay. Mystery, mystery.
You currently have 170 coins in play. You have 10 coins bet on even in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on 23 in roulette. You have 100 coins bet on video poker. You have 10 coins bet on high in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on red in roulette. You have 20 coins bet on odd in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on black in roulette. What do you want to play next?
So it's working even though I hate it. That sounds terrible. Yeah, Kevin Evans, he lost all of his money. It's so bad. Wow, everybody's lost all their money today. Oh, Kevin. Texas 2010. Kevin has some of the worst luck. Yeah, this is very annoying. I also want to set that get wagers by user. I need to sort these. And I never remember how to do that. Let's see. This will be the last thing I do because I gotta get out of here. Airtable, code pen. There you are, you beautiful thing. Okay, sort. I want to sort on game type. And I want to sort, it doesn't even matter, but I'll do it ascending. So I just need to take this piece here. And we'll go to our code. And there we go. Okay, so that should at least sort them properly. So like I'll have poker and then I'll have all the roulettes. So let's do that again. What are my bets? I'm going to have to tweak this up, Mr. Survival Expert. It definitely is bothering me.
You currently have 170 coins in play. You have 10 coins bet on red in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on black in roulette. You have 20 coins bet on odd in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on even in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on high in roulette. You have 10 coins bet on 23 in roulette. You have 100 coins bet on video poker. What do you want to play next?
Okay, so I think we can tweak this up just a little bit so it's not so annoying. So if we look at our intent, the bet summary intent, I think what I can do, let's do some old tricks here. Let old game type equal nothing. And then we'll say every time that we come in here, old game type equals the new game type, whatever that happens to be. Then I can say speak, we'll do if old game type doesn't equal roulette, then speak output plus equals in roulette and then I can say you have 10 coins, bet on odd, and then I can get rid of the game type part here. You have 10 coins, bet on red. You have 10, and it'll just keep doing that. I think that's going to sound cleaner. Let's see if that works the way I expect it to.
You currently have 170 coins in play. In roulette, you have 10 coins bet on red. You have 10 coins bet on black. You have 20 coins bet on odd. You have 10 coins bet on even. You have 10 coins bet on high. You have 10 coins bet on 23. You have 100 coins bet on video poker. What do you want to play next?
I need to figure out a way to do an and. Finally, or a finally, yeah, we'll do a finally. So if you think I should lose the you have? In roulette, 10 coins bet on red, 10 coin. Okay, I can work with that. We'll try it. But let's see if I can figure out a way to do a finally. If result I plus 1, that's going to break if it's the last one though. Shoot. Well, if we could do it this way. If result I plus 1, and oh, we're out of time. And result I plus 1. Alexa, stop. Dot fields dot game type doesn't equal roulette. Then speak output plus equals finally. No, that won't work either though. I need one more condition here, which is that this isn't the first one. So I need to also say if old game type doesn't equal, oh, it does equal roulette. And let's see what that does. I plus I. I do I plus 1. Thank you. Okay, so now we're checking the next record, and if it's not roulette, then we drop in a finally. Let's see if that does what I wanted it to do.
You currently have 170 coins in play. In roulette, 10 coins bet on red. 10 coins bet on black. 20 coins bet on odd. 10 coins bet on even. 10 coins bet on high. 10 coins bet on 23. Finally, you have 100 coins bet on video poker. What do you want to play next?
That's getting better. But let's do, what are my bets?
You currently have 170 coins in play. In roulette, 10 coins bet on red. 10 coins bet on black. 20 coins bet on odd. 10 coins bet on even. 10 coins bet on high. Finally, 10 coins bet on 23. You have 100 coins bet on video poker. What do you want to play next?
Alright, so there's your summary. I give you the total number of coins you have in play, and then I break them down for you by individual games. Slots won't qualify for this because you can never have a bet that isn't closed, because it all happens at once just as part of the pool. Team View Select, we're getting rated? Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining our channel. We really appreciate it. We are in the process of building an Alexa skill that's also a casino. And as you can see, there's a lot of people here in the chat that are also playing the same kind of logic, the same casino as part of the chat. So, Team View Select, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. We are just wrapping up, actually. I'm in the process of finalizing this, and I think we're in a really good spot. We now have, I'll just give a quick demo. We can say bet 5 on slots. Little sound effects.
You got grapes, cherries, lemon. That is not a winning spin. You lost 5 coins. What do you want to play next?
All right, so then we can also do bet 10 on red.
You wagered 10 coins on red. What would you like to do next? You can place another bet, or you can say spin the wheel when you're ready.
Bet 50 on odd.
Your wager is invalid. Your current available balance is 5 coins. You can bet any amount up to your balance.
I've used up all my money.
Please try your roulette wager again.
I only have, it's because I have 180 bets. $180 in bets locked up. So now that we've done that, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what happens.
The wheel landed on 18. You bet 10 on even and won 10 coins. You bet 10 on red and won 10 coins. You bet 10 on 23 and lost. You bet 10 on high and lost. You bet 10 on red and won 10 coins. You bet 20 on odd and lost. You bet 10 on black and lost. You lost a total of 20 coins, which brings your total to 881. I've returned all of your coins from the table. What would you like to do now?
All right. So slots is rolling. Roulette is rolling. Poker is close. I'm feeling good about this, everybody. This is pretty exciting. So we're in a good place to stop right now. So let me jump over here and get rid of all the personal information on the screen. Maybe. Okay. And then we want to come in here, and we want to take a little GitHub action. And we'll say that roulette and slots are done. Done-ish. We'll also say balance and bet summary also completed. We'll push that up. And if you guys want to play with this or look at the code, obviously all of it is available in my GitHub repository, so you're welcome to do that. TeamView Select, you have your own chatbot. What does it do? I didn't see it working. I didn't see anything tased. Are you bringing a taser around? I do love a good chatbot. I'm curious what Tase does. Mr. Survival Expert, will I be hosting office hours in 55 minutes? I most certainly will be. Would never miss it. So let's go. I gotta go to the other one. We get Twitch Stream Manager. Oh, that's awesome. People can tase you. And so does it do stuff on your screen? Oh yeah, you didn't know? There's also I'm assuming we're talking about the taser. It doesn't actually tase you, right? That'd be pretty crazy and dangerous. So we're gonna find somebody to raid. Oh, so many options. Who should we go see? Should we go? Should we go jump on? Let's go jump on C Sharp Fritz. He came to our show yesterday. Oh, it actually does tase you. Oh my gosh, that is bold. I don't know if I could do that. All right, we're gonna set up a raid for C Sharp Fritz. We're gonna start our raid here. Get you guys all loaded up, and then we're going to go raid C Sharp Fritz. Make a lot of noise. Let him know you're there. Everybody should also say the word. Let's have everybody say the word X-Wing, because we're going to be doing an X-Wing tomorrow. So everybody jump in there, make some noise, and say X-Wing, and here we go. If you guys want to tune in for Alexa Office Hours, I'll be on the Amazon Alexa channel here in about 50 minutes. So thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. See you then.